connecting.
Rain.
Williamity, Wimothy.
Well, I
How are
am.
you?
I'm so good. How you doing, Rain?
Thanks for doing this little weird show.
Dude, I'm like nervous up in here. I'm like
Hey, your
shaking.
brother told me that I really intimidate you. Now, do I intimidate you more than John Krasinski?
Oh, I've never met him, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably more, honestly.
Yes. Yes. I'm in a constant competition to Krasinski, and I'm gonna rub that in his face. He'll never forget that. I am more intimidating to Billie Eilish than he is. Um, Thanks for coming on the show. As you know, Hey There Human is about celebrating human beings, sharing a common connection. Um, I interview random people from all over the internet on the show, wherever they are. I've interviewed people in Poland and India and Brazil and everywhere. And I bring on guests to talk about this really difficult, crazy time. And I just want to ask how you're doing. And I know, Billy, that you've talked before about mental health stuff. You've talked about anxiety. It's something that you and I share. I went through a period of time when I had really crippling um, anxiety attacks, and I know you've talked about some of those before in the press. And just wondering how you're doing and what you're doing besides watching The Office, or we could talk about that in a little bit. What are you doing to survive and take care of yourself and stay grounded and connected during these difficult times?
Whew. Well, I just finished watching The Office for a 15th time two
Oh,
days ago.
William,
So,
it's time to move on. Time to
listen,
move on to another
no,
show. Really,
I
please.
I I have tried, okay? And I can't do anything
What,
about it.
what
Why
about like,
why I'm I don't know. But yeah, this is the 15th time, and every time I hit that episode that says finale, I'm always like, God damn it. Oh, there's a puppy in here. Come up here, baby. But
who's up in there?
there's a puppy. This is my new puppy. Come up here.
Let me see the puppy.
Come up
Show
here.
us a puppy. By the way,
Oh.
you
Wait.
dropped the phone under the couch.
Wait.
Um,
Wait.
by the way,
Wait.
viewers, you literally dropped it under the couch. So now we know what underneath Billie Eilish's
Okay.
couch looks like.
Um
Puppies and dogs are a great way to reduce anxiety and stress. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my. That one part blue nose pit?
Yep. Look at that face.
That's what I have. I have two blue nose pits.
Do you? No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
What?
Now,
Can we have a dog play date?
yeah, absolutely. I wonder where my dogs are here. I'll bring them in if they're
Yeah,
around.
let me see. Let me see.
Hey, are there any dogs over here? Poe, are you over there? I think they're not here. I think they're in my wife's office right now.
What did you say your dog's name was? Ho?
Uh, Poe and
Oh.
Diamond. Now, was this one rescue? What's the story? What's
Oh
your puppy's name?
yes. His name is Shark, and he is. Yeah, it's funny. I totally skipped over your question, and I'm just gonna roll with
No,
it.
we'll go puppy first. That's more
The
important, and then coping through quarantine is second. So,
Well, I mean, it is part of it because the day that we got sent home from tour to start this whole um being at home thing, that was the 14th of March, and that night I hit up Angel City Pits, which is a pit bull rescue place, and I was like, because they just gotten a new litter of a bunch of puppies that needed a bunch of fosters, and I was like, hi, can I help? And then the whole thing was huh? I was just gonna foster them, and then make sure that they got homes and whatever. And I got very attached to this baby, so I made
oh,
the
baby
mistake, and
shark. So you were supposed to foster Shark and find Shark another home, but
I was.
you kept.
I did.
It's a boy. Is Shark a boy
It's
or
a
girl?
boy. He is 3 months old currently.
Oh my God, that's so
I know.
adorable. I
Exactly.
did the same thing. So that's another thing we have in common is my wife and I uh, fostered Diamond and then just fell in love with her so much. and she's been in our family now for 2 years. So
So cute.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to see
But those
when they come in the room. I want to see them.
they blue nose pits can be pretty intense. They can be aggressive. So careful.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah. A Poe is a sweetheart and will lick your face off, but if there's another dog that shows any aggression, Poe will leap for his neck. Will leap for, I mean, I'm not kidding. There's like, just leap for the jugular. So let's go to the previous topic.
Yeah, yeah.
What have you been thinking or looking at or working on in quarantine to help with coping and surviving and thriving?
Um, I mean, I've just been kind of the first half of this actually was really nice for me, and I'm not trying to discredit anybody's agony for how hard it's been for some people, but
Hmm.
I got to be honest, the first half of this was like very freeing for me because I haven't really had time off at all in like 4 years. So, you know, it was nice and it was like raining. And so there wasn't anything weird going on. I don't know. It was very calming. And because I was fostering the puppies, I didn't really have time to think about the craziness that was going on.
Hmm.
It was a really good distraction. And I think distractions are a really, really big part of coping and getting through stuff. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, it was a big thing of like puppies and making cookies and stuff. And then
Puppies
I
and cookies.
puppies and cookies,
Good.
man. Um, but I think like a lot of people, for a lot of this, it's been very uninspiring to create, for me
Mm.
at least. And I've talked to people that agree with me on that, and it's just like I don't know. At least the beginning was just like I did not want to make a thing. I was not creative. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to make music. I didn't want to write anything.
Mm.
And luckily that kind of switched and I got to making some stuff and I made a bunch of stuff. I saw some fucking article that was like Billie Eilish wrote an entire song in its entirety during quarantine. And I was
I did?
like, way to make me look fucking stupid, the fuck? And I saw a million posts. It became like a whole meme that was like, yeah, and Kanye West made 3 beats per day for 2 summers or some shit. And I was like,
Mm-mm.
listen, if I saw that headline, I would write the same thing. I would try to pwn it too. So anyway, it's been a mix of, trying to create and trying to take advantage of this time because as much as it's horrible, it's like kind of a once in a lifetime period of time right now. And you know, I don't know. It's also like, 2 days go by and I'm like happy and I'm doing my thing and I'm feeling good and then it's like, one night I'm like, oh, this is real. So
Mm. Mm. Mm.
what can you do?
Any tips for viewers or listeners on kind of dealing with the stress and anxiety and unsurety of this time?
Jeez. I mean, I wish I could say something more, but I think patience is really important right now.
Hmm.
And I think
Did you hear
self
my thing about the family virtues guide?
yes, I did.
You
I've
heard
been
my,
watching this live since you started it 18
oh,
minutes ago.
that's so sweet. Thank you.
Mhm.
Um, and for those who are just tuning in, who are Billy fans, this is at SoulPancake. It's a company I co-founded for inspiring, uplifting media. We make stuff that matters. It's a participant media company, and this is a show we've been doing every day during the quarantine called Hey There Human, connecting human beings. I interview random human beings from the internet. But patience, you were mentioning, is one of the virtues in here. Something we can cultivate and nurture, right?
For sure.
So is that kind of what you're saying is to nurture patience?
100%. And I also would say, you were talking about how you went through a phase of having really bad anxiety and some depression. And I would say that when anybody's asked me about how I went through that and I got through that stage of my life with a lot of depression, it was the only thing that I've ever felt um, isn't bullshit coming out of my mouth when I answer that question is just patience, like just having patience in yourself and
Hmm.
with the world. And it's weird, you wouldn't think how strong it can be, but it's really important and it makes a big difference. And
Hmm.
especially right now, all we can do is wait. You know, the only thing that's going on right now is time. So it's,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
also not that hard to stay home. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah. Yeah. For anyone. Yeah. I drove by, my wife and I are moving in this summer and
Mm,
had to run an errand, and there was some muffler shop or something like that, and it had a big banner in front, and it said like, "This too shall pass." And I've heard that before, and it's a
yeah,
cliche thing, but even just like reading that banner on the muffler shop, like my anxiety kind of went, yes, this is going to pass. We don't know how long or how,
yeah,
what's going to change on the other side, but this kind of time of just not knowing we're gonna get through that. And that's what's so hard for me, is like the not knowing. Like if
I
I
know.
knew like everything's shut down till August 15th, and then everything is going to be fine, and we're going to have a vaccine, and we're going to move forward then, however X, Y, and Z are going to change, I'm like, okay, I can handle that. But for me, it's just that that buzz in the air of the not knowing that's so
I
challenging.
know. It's rough. I mean, I feel like human beings live off of knowing what's coming next. I feel like a lot of people don't do things because they don't know the outcome. And
Hmm.
I mean, that's like the most common thing I feel like in people is just, I don't want to do it because I'm not sure how it's going to end,
Hmm.
And I fully agree with you. And also that sentence is too good. I love that it got you in that moment because it
Yeah, I
gets
was
me
just
too.
driving down the 101, and it kind of hit me, and literally my shoulders went down like two
So true.
inches, and just but let's get to some more important stuff here, because I got some Dwight trivia for you.
Oh,
It's gonna
yo,
kick your
hit me.
ass.
Hit
It's gonna
me.
kick your ass, Eilish.
Mhm.
Ready?
Mhm.
Here we go. Let's see what you got. What is the name of the book Dwight purchases for information on hosting a garden party? And who is the author?
You need to leave the room, Mom. I'm focusing. What? You need to leave the room. I'm focusing.
Mom.
I'm focusing. Sorry. What is this? Oh. Mom. Before I answer this, my mom came in here with this written on a piece of paper, and it says, "Helping others helps." Signed, Maggie Baird.
It's true. Helping others does help. Thank you, Maggie.
Well, she's watching this in the other room.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay,
That's
anyway,
sweet.
let me
Thank
answer
you,
you.
Maggie.
So, Jim's garden party book for Dwight I know that it's by James Trickington, right?
Good, good, because it's a two-part question. Excellent.
Yes, and then the name of it, it's like I think it's like a very plain name. It's like,
Yes.
isn't it like literally how to throw a garden party 101 or some shit?
Yeah.
Like
It's very close. The ultimate guide to throwing a
to
garden
throwing
party.
a garden party.
Yeah.
That's right, the ultimate guide. See, so I
So
wasn't far off. I was not
you were
far off.
very close. Very close. What can 1,000 Shroot Bucks be redeemed for?
Oh, wow, you're going so deep into this.
Well, I'm not. 15 times. 15 times. You should know these.
Repeat the question.
Oh, please. You don't get a.
Repeat it. Repeat
What
the
can
question.
1,000 Shroot Bucks be redeemed for?
Oh my God.
Okay, we got to move
No,
on.
no, no. What's interesting about this is that if I was to watch that episode, I could probably like recite the lines
Hmm.
of that scene,
Right.
but then for like when you phrase it differently, it's confusing. So 1,000 Shroot Bucks can be redeemed for oh, 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 $1.
No. 5 extra minutes of lunch break.
Fuck. This is so embarrassing.
Who used to sit at Dwight's desk?
Packer.
Yes. What 2 instruments does Dwight play on the show?
He plays guitar and ukulele.
Wow,
What
I
you
can't
mean? You
believe
do play ukulele.
you whiffed
Wait.
that. I never played ukulele.
Oh my God.
What did he play
It's
green
because
sleeves
Cam said,
on?
okay.
Green sleeves.
Oh. Was it a recorder or a flute?
Recorder.
Recorder. Well, I think the ukulele was in my brain because Pam says I thought his ukulele skills would transfer. That you thought your ukulele skills would transfer when you're playing guitar.
I don't even remember that.
You don't even know what scene I'm talking about.
I think you made that up.
I didn't.
What are 3 of the weapons that Dwight is hiding around the office?
So there's a star-shaped thing under
Yep.
something.
Yep.
And
that's a shuriken throwing star. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. And then I know that there's like a bow and arrow under the couch.
Okay.
That Jim pulls out and puts in that box.
Right.
And there's something hidden in the toilet.
Right.
What's it called? The top of the toilet.
The back of the toilet, right?
Yeah.
Where the water is.
And you have pepper spray in your drawer.
Yes, pepper spray and blow dart, taser,
right.
boomerang, nightstick, brass knuckles, samurai sword. What is the security phrase that Dwight requires the office to use when he becomes manager?
The tea in Nepal is very hot, but the coffee in Peru is much hotter.
Very good. Very good.
Keep going.
And finally, what kind of car does Dwight drive?
Wow. Wow. It's a little red. Andy drives an X-Earth.
Xterra, yeah.
Yeah. And you drive, oh God, you talk about it in the elevator. Damn! Now I'm on the spot. I'm so embarrassed. Fuck.
So it was a 1987 Pontiac Trans Am. I think you need to watch the show a 16th time. And I think you need to get ready for some more.
No, but you want to know something though? Since the interview I did with you about the quiz.
Yeah.
Every time I watch it, I like note things now.
Are you taking mental notes or actually jotting
because I'm like,
down?
I never know when he's going to quiz me again. And I can't embarrass myself like I did when I couldn't answer that Nellie's ex-boyfriend was a magician. Like, I knew that. God.
It's hard. Under pressure, it's really hard. It's really, it's very, that's what she said. Sorry. So, boom. And tell me one thing. I have another question for you. You presaged this entire event. Do you know the word presaged? I'll explain it to you later.
I don't.
It's a preview, a premonition. You wore a mask to the Grammys. I was just realizing that like 3 months before the quarantine.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of conspiracies out there, but I don't know that Billie Eilish having started the coronavirus is one of them. So maybe we need to get something like that going.
Shut up. I've been wearing masks as like a fashion element for like years and years.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's not, I have like an entire drawer of them. So I'm doing good. When I go out, I'm good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well,
if you want some, I got you.
That's what inspired you to have a mask as a fashion accessory?
You know, it's just another place for an accessory. Like that's just kind of my thing is like I don't there's always another place for an accessory. Like you can always wear a hat or a bandana or an earring or a face mask or a scarf, or like the more accessories, the more satisfied I feel. Like when I don't, for instance, that outfit at the Grammys, I wouldn't have felt comfortable without a mask.
That's fantastic. So I got some other accessories that you could try I haven't seen you in. 1, earmuffs.
Oh.
2, a monocle, like Mr. Peanut.
Yeah.
Think about it.
For sure.
Also, what about a tri-cornered hat? You know, like the founding fathers in Hamilton.
Listen, let's go.
Can I speak to your stylist about some of these potential options?
Yeah, let her know.
Okay. Excellent. Um, uh, young William, do you have any final thoughts or questions for me before I let you go on about your day to play with Shark and with Maggie?
Um, well, I want to say thank you for having me on this. I'm incredibly honored to ever speak to you ever. I'm
Oh, come
I
on, you
love
silly
you.
goose.
So,
Oh, that's very
uh,
sweet. Thank you.
but also to everybody watching, be patient with yourself, with the world. Um, we're all healing, even though every situation is relative. Somebody's always going through something worse than you, somebody's always doing better than you, and it doesn't matter because you are important and how you feel is important, and that's how I feel. And yeah, it's a weird time, so it's okay to not get anything done, and it's okay to want to get a bunch of stuff done. Don't put pressure on yourself. Just make sure that you are maintaining your happiness and strength as a person. So that's all I
Well,
guess.
that is beautifully and profoundly said, and that is a great sentiment to share. That's exactly what people needed to hear. So, thank you for your wisdom. I know you're like 11, but you're so wise beyond your years. Um,
Thank you.
um, I hope to talk to you later and give my love to your wonderful family, to Maggie and your dad, and to Phineas, and hope to see you sometime. And maybe our dogs can have a play date. Although I think Poe would probably go for Shark's jugular, and that would not be pretty.
For sure. Thank you for having me, Rain. Have a
All
good day.
right, William, take care. Nice talking to you. Have a great day.
I will. You too. All right. Bye.
Peace. Goodbye. What a jerk, right? Ooh. Um, no, I always have to be a little bit of a dick. Amazing. William Eyelash. She's incredible. How wise and thoughtful she is, and funny. And I'm glad 15 viewings of The Office. That might be a record. So I'm going to let the numbers of viewers dwindle down now that William has left the feed. But what we do here on Hey There Human is interview random human beings from the internet. So to talk about what's happening, get a glimpse into people's lives, to realize that we're all in this together. We're all one human family all around the globe in very trying and difficult times. And hopefully um, we can share some wisdom and life experience with each other. We've heard many wise, wonderful sayings from people in Ohio and Texas and Poland and Scotland and New Zealand and all over the world. So this is always fun. Let's see who we got going here. To all the William Eyelash fans out there, please follow at SoulPancake on Instagram. And we do this show every day at noon. Lots of fun, funky guests. So, who do we got here? How do I know? So, oops, what happened? Uh, let's see if we've got someone on here. Um, this is Ainsley McDuff, who might just be a Cuckoo Billie Eilish fan, but I don't care. I'm happy to interview Cuckoo Billie Eilish fans anywhere. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Are you Ainsley?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rain. Welcome to the show.
Nice to meet you.
Are you a big Billie Eilish fan?
Yeah, but I'm also a fan of yours. I've been watching this for like a couple weeks.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks so much. And where do you hail from? I love your purple wall there. That is a beautiful color, actually.
Thank you. I'm from New York.
Okay, are you in the city or where?
No, I'm a little bit outside of Syracuse.
Oh, okay, upstate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you in school? How old are you?
I'm 15, almost 16.
15, almost 16. That's my son's age. Are you finishing freshman or sophomore year?
Sophomore.
Wow, okay, so you're smart. What do you like to study there, Ainsley?
I like biology.
Um, that's that's weird. You like biology? I've never
Yeah.
met. I didn't even know how to process that when you say I like biology. Like who says they like do you like what does that mean? You like lungs and stuff and like
Yeah, I want to go.
fluids and dissecting frogs? What does that mean exactly?
I want to go into the medical field, so
Okay.
like human anatomy.
Wow. Okay, great. That's great. Are you in like AP bio now or something like that?
No, I'm just in regular bio.
Okay. So do you want to be a doctor of some kind?
Yeah.
All right. That you got to admit that's pretty rare that someone's like, I love biology, but that's cool. It's the what is it? The study of meat.
Study of living things, I guess.
What how's your schooling been during these rough times? Have you been online schooling or homeschooling or what have you been doing?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of online school, and I
Mm-hmm.
normally have one or two assignments for each class every week.
Okay. Okay. And do you have any advice for those watching? Did you hear Billy's wonderful wise words of advice? Um,
I did.
do you have any thoughts that you want to share with folks watching about coping through these difficult times? Ainsley, Ainsley, come back. Ainsley, I lost your sound, babe. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to cut you loose. Turn me loose. I can't hear you. Your sound is gone. You've got Wi-Fi issues. Thank Ainsley McDuff. Ainsley dot McDuff. What a lovely young human being there. That's fantastic. Let's see who else we got. Hey there, human. How you doing? Do you never talk about the love? Um, these are uh, hard to. I'm just looking for a random human being. Um, here's Ashton Anderson, authentic, uh, authentic Ashton something.
Hi. I didn't know
Oh
you
my
were gonna.
God,
Hello.
you're like 7 years old. How are you
No.
doing?
Good.
Okay, what's up with the wall behind you? Are you doing some painting, some touch-up works there? Did you punch some holes in the wall?
Uh,
Go,
there
go
were
back.
some
There we
holes
go.
in the wall.
Yeah. So what happened here? Did you have a temper tantrum and punch the wall?
No, we just moved here and there was a hole in the wall for a TV. Not sure why though.
How about that? You want to know a funny story about me?
What?
Okay, so one time I was really pissed at my parents,
Mhm.
and I was 16, 15, and I was so angry. I went in my room and I punched the wall, and I punched through the wall, and it
Oh.
made a big hole. And I was like, and I felt bad. I went to my dad. I was like, I got mad and I punched the wall and made a hole. And he's like, well, go fix it. So that's all he said. I knew it was up to me to fix it. So I took like my little allowance. I had like $6.50. I
Mhm.
went to the hardware store and I literally was like, I felt so embarrassed, but I was like, hey, I punched a hole in the wall. How do I fix it? And the guy's like, well, here's some spackle. Here's some paint. What you want to do is take the piece that you punched, get some newspaper, packing materials, put it behind there, spackle around it. He kind of explained it. I had to get like a spackle thing. And I went and I fixed my wall. And you know what? I solved the problem and it gave me increased self-esteem and kind of like, oh, I can do these things myself. So it actually was a great piece of parenting on my dad's part. How about that?
You want to know something?
Yes,
Tomorrow is my birthday and I got a banner that says it is your birthday and a cake that says it is your birthday.
it is your birthday period because you didn't
Mhm.
cure cancer. That's right, Ashton. What's your name, Ashton?
Yep.
Where are you from?
I'm from Iowa.
And what town in Iowa?
Johnston?
I have no idea where that is. Is that by Iowa City?
Yes, it's 2 hours away from there.
Well, that's not that close, but it's close enough. That's where my wife went to graduate school, so I spent a lot of time in
Oh.
Iowa. You know what I call it sometimes?
What?
Wyowa. Um, and you were like 4. How old are you?
I'm almost 12.
Almost 12. I'm almost 55. So you're a big Office fan?
Yes.
You're a big Billie Eilish fan?
I like The Office more, but
You like The Office more than Billie Eilish. Okay, you're about
yes.
to get in a whole heap of trouble,
Yeah.
okay? Right now with those Billie Eilish fans, although they mostly all left. So um, let's do a virtues card experience, okay? You ready?
Okay. Hmm.
I'm gonna pick out a virtues card. I was speaking earlier to the folks about this wonderful book, The Family Virtues Guide.
Hmm.
You can find the Family Virtues online, and they have an app, Virtues Matter app, Family Virtues Now. You can download, and one of the fun things you can do is you can select a random virtue. I'm going to select a random virtue. Boom. Nope, that's not it. That was a introductory card. Boom. Ashton.
Hmm.
Compassion.
Oh.
Compassion. Would you say that you're a very compassionate person?
I can be at times.
Okay. So maybe this is something that just this week you can look to develop in yourself, the practice of compassion.
Hmm.
When someone is hurt or needs a friend, I stop what I'm doing and show that I care. I ask what hurts and listen patiently. I forgive others and myself when we make mistakes. I help a person or an animal in need. So it's understanding and caring for someone who is in trouble or hurt. So, and here's a quote from the Bhagavad Gita. Do you know what the Bhagavad Gita is? You should read it. It's the primary spiritual writing of Hinduism, which is most of India, but it's also Bali and many other places in the world.
Hmm.
It's a fantastic book. It's an adventure novel, kind of. Who is incapable of hatred towards any being, who is kind and compassionate, free from selfishness, such a devotee of mine is my beloved. It almost sounds like Jesus from the Bible, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Who is incapable of hatred toward any being, who is kind and compassionate, free from selfishness, such a devotee of mine is my beloved. That's the Lord Krishna speaking to Arjuna from the book, the Bhagavad Gita. So, oh, we've lost him. Oh, are you back? Hello? You were gone. Are you frozen? You there? Hello? Are you pretending to be frozen or are you actually frozen? It looks like you're pretending to be frozen. Anyway, Ashton, I don't know if you can hear me, but compassion is the buzzword for you this week, and we're going to work on you're going to work on being more compassionate this week. Do you feel like you can do that? I don't know. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi, but it feels like these Wi-Fis are conking out. So, folks, what a wonderful episode of Hey There Human. Thanks for tuning in. Please follow at SoulPancake on Instagram. This week we have incredible guests. We know what the mystery guest was today. Thank you again, William Eyelash. We've got tomorrow Dr. Lindsay Leaf. We've got Sal Khan, the creator of the Khan Academy. Just Google that shit, man. Khan, Khan Academy. It's unbelievable. It's revolutionaryizing education in all of its forms. The great actor, Parisa Fitz-Henley. She's a wonderful human being. Nick Offerman, not so wonderful human being. Kind of a jerk. And I'm going to tell him that on Friday. I'm going to kind of unload on old Nick Offerman. But who's actually much younger than me. But much love to you guys. Thank you so much for watching Hey There Human. Remember, we talked today about cultivating virtues. We can look at these character traits, leadership qualities, spiritual virtues, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't mean you have to be religious. It just means that you want to cultivate good qualities that you have in yourself. You can use these tools like the Family Virtues Guide and apps, or just do it on your own. But notice, I think the buzzword this week is compassion, as little Ashton was plucked for little Ashton. So let's focus on our compassion this week. Every day, a daily check-in. Have we been 5% more compassionate today than we were yesterday? That's all we want to go for. Little increases, little by little, bit by bit, as we move forward in our lives. Thanks, Billie Eilish. Thanks, Phineas, and the whole clan. Much love to you guys. Stay human. I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Bye.